City of Stevens Point Finance Committee meeting, recorded May 10th, 2021.
Chair Johnson, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and welcome everyone. Let me get my agenda up here. And if the Finance Committee is ready, I would ask for someone to do roll call.
Sure, I can do roll. Dalton.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Morrow. Here. Shore.
Here.
And Slowinski.
Here.
5 present.
Thank you. And I should say that I was calling the meeting to order at 6:57 p.m. So sorry for that little hiccup there, my shortcoming. So, all righty, moving along. We are on item 2, discussion and possible action on. The first item of our action items is discussion and possible action on a resolution authorizing the application for a community development block grant coronavirus special project grant for the property at 1300 Maria Drive. And I would entertain a motion.
Alder Dalton, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the application for the community development block grant at 1300 Maria Drive.
Excellent. We have a motion. Is there a second? And we have a second from, it looks like Alder Shore has his hand up. Wonderful. All right, we have a motion and a second. Discussion by members of the committee. Questions?
This is Alder Slowinski.
Yes.
I guess I have just a simple question. How does a development project have anything to do with coronavirus? I guess I went through the memo. It doesn't really.
Sure.
I'm just trying to put the two together here.
I think that's a reasonable question, and I would ask either Director Kronowski or Comptroller Treasurer Laddick to enlighten us of the relationship.
Sure, more than happy to answer that question. There were, as part of the CARES Act funding, additional funds that were allocated towards addressing low to moderate income housing and specifically real estate acquisition. So this request is for not only the COVID relief package, but also the special projects package, which is an ongoing one that includes acquisition as part of the program itself. So for clarification, it's 2 separate programs. And I was going to state that in the resolution, I did just have the coronavirus. I will update that to say coronavirus and special projects. So.
All right. Does that answer your question, Alder Slowinski?
Yeah, thank you.
You are very welcome. Any other discussion on the part of the committee members? And I'll try to page through. All right. Now is an opportunity for members of the public. If they have comments, please speak up or raise your hand. Excellent. All right, we have a motion and a second on a resolution to authorize the application for a community development block grant at 1300 Maria Drive. All those in favor of that motion, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed would be no. Abstentions? Motion carried. Awesome, thank you. Item 2 of our action items are discussion and possible action on a resolution authorizing the application for a community development investment grant on behalf of the R.A. Cook and J.I. Altenburg Cooperative located at 2041 Madison Street. I would entertain a motion.
Alder Dalton here. I would like to state that I'll be abstaining from discussion and vote on item 2 and item 3, as I am an owner of Upstream Cider, which is one of the member owners of the Cook and Altenburg Cooperative.
Thank you, Alder Dalton. I appreciate that. Committee, I would like to entertain a motion to bring this to the floor.
I'll move approval.
I
We have
second
a-
Alder Morrow.
Oh, okay. We have a motion by Shore, a second by Morrow. Discussion on the part of the committee.
From reading in the, this is Alder Morrow from reading the packet. I think this is a great expansion of some of the businesses that we have. I know the main grain has been ever growing, and this will help it, and this will also help that as well. And it'll be a nice place for folks to be able to gather, get some nice food, get things to also drink. I think it'll be a great, great addition to Stevens Point.
I completely agree with you. Anyone else? All right. Any members of the public or the council who wish to comment at this time? Excellent. We have a motion and a second to take action authorizing the application for a community development investment grant for the property at 2041 Madison Street. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed would be no. And we do have Alder Dalton already indicating her abstention. Let the record please show that. All right, motion does carry. Thank you. Next item is item 3, discussion and possible action on entering into a grant transfer agreement with R.A. Cook and J.I. Altenburg Cooperative for the possible community development investment grant at 2041 Madison Street. Be happy to entertain a motion.
This is Alder Slowinski. I will move for approval.
I have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Alder Morrow, I'll second.
All right, Slowinski and Morrow on that, first and second. Discussion on the part of the committee. Any comments from the members of the public or council in attendance? All righty, excellent. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve entering into a grant transfer agreement with R.A. Cook and J.I. Altenburg Cooperative for a community development investment grant. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed would be no. And we already have an abstention on the part of Alder Dalton. Please let the record show that. Based on that motion does carry. All right, item 4, discussion and possible action on authorizing remaining design funding for the Plover River Crossing. Would entertain a motion to put this on the floor for discussion.
I'll move approval.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Alder Dalton, I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a, I'm so sorry, a second. Sorry, pollen, it's my apologies. Discussion on the part of the Finance Committee.
I think it would be good, Chair, if we could hear from the Comptroller Treasurer.
Absolutely. Comptroller Treasurer Laddick, would you please?
Sure. So I assume you just want me to talk about the finances related to this additional portion of funding, and the memo is in your packet, but basically what we have happening for 2021 is we have some very successful TIF districts that are starting to repay the general fund some of the money that the city general fund advanced to them in the past. So I want to be clear that it's not that we're actually using TIF funding. It's not that this is a TIF project, but it's that TIF 6, the downtown TIF, and TIF 8, which is the TIF along Country Club Drive. In the past, they needed some assistance from the city. The city advanced money to those TIF districts. And now that those TIFs are more mature, they're able to start repaying the city back for some of that money. So now that we're getting repaid on that IOU, that's what opens up some additional funds that we can utilize for the Plover River Crossing and for funding this next phase of design for that project.
Thank you. If I may.
Absolutely, please.
Thanks. That's very helpful explaining that the source, the debt owed to the general fund. I think an important piece here is also a kind of a time urgency element. I think that we're all aware that there's a lot of discussion in Congress about an infrastructure bill. And I think that being ready or getting ready to apply for grants out of some of those funds in a timely fashion will be important. It'll be important to be ready and not to be late. Thanks.
You are very welcome. Any other members of the committee with questions or comments?
This is Alder Slowinski.
Yes, sir.
So basically, what Corey's stating is this money is coming from the taxpayers' savings account. This fund balance, that's the money that the taxpayers have for savings. I'm going to sound like a broken record here. I have yet to hear any collaboration with any other entities within our community, even though this thing is being sold as a community project. I don't understand, why we continue to invest funds into this without any kind of effort from other entities. We're going to have, if this passes here, we're going to have nearly $200,000 invested into this project already. We continue to just get deeper and deeper invested, and I'm a little frustrated. I've spoken with individuals from the town of Hall. I've spoken with individuals from the village of Park Ridge, basically just suggesting or bringing it up to them that, have you, now granted, these are people I'm talking about the project that are supporting it. I says, have you, thought about approaching your boards, to support this project? And in both cases, they both tell me that those municipalities would never support it because they do not have the money to be spending on stuff like this. I don't understand. What does the city, are we that far ahead of everybody else that we just have funds that we can just spend on these, I guess we're going to call them pet projects. In my mind, these are not priorities. Every fall, we go through our budget, and every fall, we are told this project here, this project here, this project here has to be put off because we simply don't have the money. And that's on existing stuff. That's on existing infrastructure. Yet we continue to move ahead with this without any collaboration with anybody else in the community. And again, I think this is a great project, but we're going to get into this thing so deep that other entities are going to pretty much say, well, the city of Stevens Point, the taxpayers of the city, they're so much invested, they're just going to keep rolling with it. I'm very, very disappointed with my fellow alders and the department heads that are pushing this. We are to represent the taxpayers, all taxpayers, not just a small little portion. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Thank you. I guess I would ask staff, Director Kramer, do you have anything here?
We'll add one thing that was not part of the memo is there has been a group formed with volunteers that are standing at the ready to begin fundraising. They've actually received a couple checks already with a fund at the Community Foundation. So there will be some, all indications point to some private funding of this, whether that be via fundraising or hopefully some other grants in addition to the TAP grant if we're successful. So there's some pieces falling into place that would line up if the city chooses here to move forward with the January of 2022 timeline.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Thank you. All right.
Can I just make one more point?
Could I ask other members of the Finance Committee first, and then I'll come back to you, Alder Slawinski?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other members of the Finance Committee who have comments or questions, clarifications required? All right. I just wanted to give everybody else an opportunity to speak. I hope that's all right, Alder Slawinski.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Please go ahead.
I just want to make one quick other point too is, we're talking about all these, the grants, writing these grants for this project for funding, which I completely support. But again, if we can get a collaborative effort, that's just that many more people. I don't know who's writing these grants. Is it going to be our city staff that's going to be writing them? I don't know. But again, that's just another point of mine that, let's get a bigger group involved here so that we can do this as a community. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. Since there appears
Alder
to be
Johnson,
nobody else from
I have a
oh,
comment.
go ahead, Alder Morrow. I'm sorry.
I agree with what some of Alder Slawinski is saying, but I also think that us as a city has a deeper vision, and we are the leader in the area. I mean, we have the resources. We also have the staff. Where like Whiting doesn't really have that much, and some of the townships don't have it as well. And I think it's one of those quality of life issues that we have to help connect our parks, help connect the green circle, help expand what we have. And a high tide raises all ships. And I also see that where other townships are going to end up going, well, Point's going to end up dealing with this, and they don't have the vision, I don't think, that we have into trying to get projects like this also done. So oftentimes it does fall to the biggest area, and that's us. And I also think it's great that we're trying to find outside funding resources as well. We're like Alder Johnson found it for her park. And so we're going to use the community as well. I mean, and I think we're going to have volunteers from all over the Stevens Point area help raise money for this, because this is something I think, as everyone agrees, is a great project for everybody. And I think it falls on Stevens Point, who does have the vision and will put the effort in, as opposed to giving lip service to it.
Thank you very much, Alder. And I'm sorry I didn't see your hand before.
That's all right.
Glad you spoke up. All right. Yep. And now I will go to, looks like we have, hang on, going through the slides. I see that Alder Kneebone has her hand up. Please, Alder Kneebone.
I believe, according to the census data, more than 50% of my council district live east of I-39, and we are effectively cut off from the Green Circle Trail, from quick access to the campus, to major employers, by bike or by walking, short of Highway 10, or going way down over one of the overpasses and picking up a trail that takes you all over by Skyward, and then you kind of meander up and away. So yeah, there is a way you can bike from here to there, but it would take you probably an hour. The Plover River Crossing will allow people in my district to bike to Sentry, to campus in 20 minutes. It'll hook us up to the Green Circle Trail in probably less time than that. This is not a pet project. This is a major link between two vital parts of this city. And you know, the development is going this way, and this provides an economic generator for this part of the city. It's not a pet project. With all due respect, Alder Slawinski, if you would like to be a member of the Plover River Crossing Steering Committee, we can arrange that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alder Kneebone. Other members of either the council or members of the public, and I'm kind of scrolling through, make sure I don't miss anybody's raised hands because I don't want people to feel left out. All right. One more time. It looks like we're good. So we have a motion and a second on the floor. Discussion and possible action on authorizing remaining design funding for the Plover River Crossing Project. We have exhausted all the discussion, and I will call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed would be no.
No.
Anyone who wishes to abstain? We have it in the affirmative, motion carries. And then the last item on our agenda is discussion and possible action on the approval of the claims paid. I always have trouble saying that every month. So I would entertain a motion to bring it to the floor.
Alder Morrow, so moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Alder Dalton, I'll second.
Thank you, ma'am. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the claims paid? Any discussions on the part of the public? Again, I'll scroll through. Excellent. We have a motion and a second to approve the claims paid. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed would be no. Abstentions? Excellent. Motion carries. And our closing item is the adjournment, and it is 7:19. It has been a wonderful Monday evening spending time with all of you. I hope you all have a good evening.
Videos of these meetings are available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.